The Kimura is an extremely effective jiu-jitsu grappling hold. Today we're learning how advanced belts use the Kimura to sweep armbar triangle and be a complete pain in our... So today you're going to learn about the Kimura Trap counters, and how to troubleshoot to get better jiu-jitsu faster. The Kimura is not only a submission from guard, mount, or side control. Now imagine you're grappling your brown belt using this over-under pass. You just submitted him via leg lock, then passed his guard using this over-under pass. In my last video I explained how to do this. Now you're going for 3 for 3 in this round using this over-under pass. You pass the legs, you get to side control. 3 out of 3, you know, you're the best sandbagging blue belt north of Boston, right? Tell Bernardo Faria to, you know, the over-under pass now has a sister. But then the brown belt sweeps you, takes your back, and now you fight to escape. A Kimura lock, sweep, to back take, to armbar. It does take time to get armbar by upper belts, so you don't have to, and make these videos. So if you're watching, please subscribe. Let's look at another fail, aka learning opportunity. Next, here I am grappling a Craig Jones black belt. I go for a top Kimura entry from open sit-up guard. He counters my rolling Kimura with a loose Kimura sumigeshi sweep, locks onto a Kimura on my right arm. I defend the arm bar by clearing his top leg, then guess what? Kimura, armbar defended, back take, rear naked choke. And well, actually something a little more brutal than a rear naked choke. When fighting to choke somebody out and they're fighting the rear naked choke by tucking their chin, brutally choke them over their jaw. So I tuck my chin thinking, I dare you to brutally mandible choke me. You know, I'm just a woman visiting your gym. I come from the academy where brutality is rewarded, so this doesn't faze me. Good for him.
Okay? Yeah, cool. You want to set the standard? No, yeah.
At this point, that Kimura move was my best sit-up guard game. And to be out Kimura'd with a Kimura, I was supposed to be one Kimura-ing. So I entered the Kimura game, took a look around, and decided to exit the Kimura game. In jiu-jitsu, much like in life, there are two polar forces that are motivational. The positive attraction of rising to a higher level, like, ooh, that's a cool move, or the negative repulsion, like, how many times does Crystal need to get Kimura trapped and Kimura'd and choked before she learns the lesson of the game? The first option to defend this Kimura trap and any annoying grip is to strip the grip. So here I'm pretending to do the over-under pass. He grabs the Kimura and I literally just rip his hand off. Option 2, you're passing, then you get caught in the Kimura, armbar them. Oh my God, I cannot wait to hit this live. I'm the realest nigga at the art. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. We switch, so now he tries to over-under pass me, and I get the Kimura and smile because I'm finally on the giving end of this technique. And he practices the armbar counter to the Kimura trap. I have been submitted by this Kimura trap and the associated finishes so many fucking times. I'm really happy to be learning this game. In jiu-jitsu, when something, you know, pisses you off enough and you are in a shitty situation for long enough, you're just gonna get tired of the bullshit, and that's gonna motivate you to make a problem statement and learn how to build game in order to fight it. Here I am practicing the Kimura trap sweep from the bottom of side control. This is the same sweep that you saw happen at the beginning of the video to me. When you get the Kimura trap, you can still sweep even after they technically passed your guard, but they didn't really because he never really secured side control. Yeah, he got past my legs, but it was a trap, a false sense of guard passing security. I'm the realest nigga at the art. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble.
Your hips moving, get those legs moving. Yeah, then come right down. You can again armbar from there too.
It's supposed to work well on heavier people because it's not like you're gonna move them.
Exactly. That's how I do it to Anthony and I do like that. Like it's just like they have such a strong base.
From this Kimura trap, you can take the back. From the back, you have all your submissions. Like you have a rear triangle back hold where you can do all of the arm attacks. You can even do a triangle choke from the back. When I'm smiling here, it's like sweet, not revenge, but like when you finally can become the hammer at a move. It's just very sweet. All right, so here is the number one problem in jiu-jitsu. You learn a move, you're drilling it with zero resistance, and then you go try it out live and it doesn't work. And it's very difficult to have that gray area in between the two. So what we're doing here is we are drilling with increased resistance and not intelligent resistance, not the counter to the move. He's not trying to counter my Kimura trap with the counter armbar. He's just giving me direct resistance to fight directly against my movements so then I can figure out how I can improve the technique so that I can have a higher percentage likelihood of getting it live when rolling. And how would you, if you didn't know the defense, how would you fight? Like if you didn't feel the intelligent defense, like he gave me like 50% resistance of what you would have done before he just showed us that shit. That makes it difficult. It's like you're building a car. You want to give it a little test drive of going 20, 30, 40 miles an hour before you take it out and you try to do 150 miles an hour with it and the wheels fall off. Because in jiu-jitsu, if you've never tested shit with resistance drilling and you try it live, like in, let's say, you know, it's your first years of training, the wheels are going to come off. You know what I'm saying? So resistance drilling is a great way to build up your skill, and it doesn't require a lot of energy expenditure, so you can get better at troubleshooting while still not wrecking your body. Because if you're the smallest person on the mat and you have to roll against bigger people every single night, you want to get better faster with using minimal amount of energy expenditure. Right now I'm feeling that the Kimura grip, this hold, it didn't feel very strong to me.
Because if I'm here, yes, I'm going for the Kimura, but I'm also losing all control. Because I'm not trying a Kimura, I actually put it to her belly. Swing your hips side to side just like you're doing a headlock escape. I want to make sure she doesn't have any weight on me, so I swing my legs a little to free up my hips. Now once you clear the head, now swing around.
So before, when I was trying this move and the resistance increased, I felt like my hips were pinned and I couldn't get them out in order to swing around. And that troubleshooting in that moment allowed this to happen, where the pendulum swinging of the legs helps to clear them from off of you. All right, pop quiz. How good is a trap if the trap is completely obvious? Would the mouse go in the trap to get the cheese if the mouse knew that it was a trap? Absolutely not. The answer is setups. In jiu-jitsu, everything should be a trap. Everything should be sneaky, especially if you're a smaller person. If you can trick them and be very, very sneaky, that is good for you, because somebody cannot fight what they do not see coming. Nate is showing a very sneaky setup. So in jiu-jitsu, you want to learn setups. If something is working, ask, what was my setup? Sometimes a setup is a different move. Sometimes a setup is a technique like this, where it's almost like pickpocketing. He's using that bottom arm to then block the arm and then sneakily reach in to get that Kimura grip, instead of just going right for the Kimura grip and reaching over, where they're going to feel that and they're going to fight whatever you do to them. They're going to want to fight against it. This principle applies not only to this move, but every single jiu-jitsu move. When I couldn't get my double legs to work, I asked my coach, why aren't my double legs working? And it wasn't my double leg, well, my double legs were not working, they were shit, but the root cause was my setups. He's like, well, how are you setting it up? And I had to understand that in order for something to work, a setup is required.
I don't even feel it happening until it's too late.
Now you gotta get your hips free, or you wait for her to posture up, one of the two, but whenever those hips are free, you swing all the way around, you can do a right, left shoulder roll. Yes.
Your next question must be, well, how are they going to defend the counter?
Your answer, because I'm trying to armbar you.
Oh, I need to move my hips. It's because I'm staying in position. If I stay there and let her just do what she wants, then you're going to get the armbar.
It's great spending time with you and for us to learn how to use the Kimura hold, or Kimura Trap as it's called, the sweep back take and armbar, how to counter the Kimura Trap, and then also showing you not only something so you can learn, but showing you how to learn. For the intelligent defense, like, can you give me like 50% resistance of what you would have done before he just showed us that shit? Because once you hone in on a process that works for you, everything just happens a lot smoother. And until next time, if you have not yet subscribed, go ahead. Yeah, thank you to everybody who already has. If you liked it, if you found value in this, go ahead and give it a like, leave me a comment. Let me know how you're doing. All right, until next time, love you, bye.
Started from the bottom, now we up. Made 10 million in a year. Still got doing years. Can't wait for them to get home so I can put my numb. I can't wait for them to get home so I can put my numb. Yeah, cause we started from the bottom, now we up.